Greetings, Fright fans, and welcome into day 11 of our Halloween countdown. We're rolling through the month here, and we're rolling through the films in our shock package of films. 52 movies that were released by Universal Studios, actually through Columbia, way back in the 1950s, late 50s, 1957. Yeah, good stuff. Well, yesterday we looked at She-Wolf of London, which was actually one of the lesser films in the package. There were also some films that were crime films that straight up weren't horror movies. I don't know that kids would have dug those as much either. We didn't include any of those. All right, see what we're gonna look at tonight. Tonight, we're gonna take a look at more Lon Chaney Jr., but this is not one of his monster movies. This is The Frozen Ghost. Lon Chaney plays Gregor the Great, a hypnotist whose subject dies on stage during an act one evening. He holds himself responsible and breaks off his engagement with Maura, played by Evelyn Ankers. To get his mind off things, he rents a spare room in a wax museum. When the proprietor there turns up missing after a quarrel with Gregor, the police inspector suspects him of foul play. The Frozen Ghost was made in 1945 and was directed by Harold Young. Chaney plays the sympathetic role in this one, moping about and generally overreacting to everything. Of course, he's been framed, but by whom? This is probably my favorite of the Inner Sanctum films, all of which were based on the popular radio series of the same name. It's a neat little mystery with dark elements. I particularly love the wax museum setting, and it's probably the closest to a horror movie of any of these Inner Sanctum films. Plus, we get Chaney and Ankers together again with that undeniable chemistry. All right, The Frozen Ghost, like I said in the review, this is one of the Inner Sanctum films, and like I also said in the review, this is probably my favorite of all the Inner Sanctum films. Frozen Ghost is good. This one's got some horror elements to it, a little bit of spooky segments in there. I think there's enough going for it that it would have kept the interest of kids back in the day, you know, between the music and Lon Chaney and the adults being scared of everything, you know, going on and not really trying to figure out the mystery. These films are good. The radio series was wildly popular at the time and had that host at the beginning who would introduce the Inner Sanctum. So people would tune in and listen to these radio broadcasts, which is such a relic of days gone by. Imagine the family huddling around the radio and listening to these, cutting the lights down, and everybody sitting and listening to these spooky melodramas on the radio. I mean, you would never get that nowadays. People's attention spans are so much lower. We're, you know, watching YouTube and TikTok videos on their phone, for crying out loud. I'm going to give this one, I'm going to give it 4 skulls, because to me, this is a really fun Universal film. I enjoyed this one a lot. It's, like I said, my favorite of the Inner Sanctum movies. So what do you guys think about The Frozen Ghost? It's got a good spooky title. Definitely kids would have wanted to tune in to find out, oh, where's the Frozen Ghost? Might have been a little disappointed in that respect, but I think they would have enjoyed it. I certainly did. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments. The whole Inner Sanctum series and this one in particular. And be sure and join me tomorrow night. We'll keep this going. Until then, stay mad.
Be quiet, do you hear me?